I'm Megan Harless. I'm a military spouse of 15 years, an Army veteran, and an advocate for PCS reform.
Hello, my name is Jessica Manfrey. I am a military spouse of almost 16 years, and I'm an advocate for all sorts of issues, mainly mental health, family support, and resources. Okay, Megan, the military loves paperwork. Paperwork everywhere, lists for everybody, and that includes our moves. So can you start us off by talking about our household good inventory form?
Yes, so you'll actually have several household good inventory forms. There's usually one for your boxed items, and then there's one that's for your furniture and what they call loose packed items, like those shovels, your lawnmower, those things that really can't fit into a box of some sort. So what your company is going to do when they come in and they pack up your home, they're going to write the contents of the boxes on the box. It's not going to be itemized for everything in that box, but it should be a general description, such as, it'll say kitchen, and it should say like dishes, glassware, bakeware, and dishes, glasses, bakeware will be what's written on the inventory form. So these forms are important because basically it is everything that you have that you are giving possession to the moving company for them to be able to transport. So having a legible inventory that you can read, so if you have to file a claim, you know what that box is that is missing. For instance, on your furniture inventory, there's going to be several letters and numbers after the item. So I'll say dresser, and it might say like SC1D2, and there'll be a key on your inventory that has what those numbers and letters mean, and those are called damage assessment codes. So they're designed to identify any pre-existing damage, the condition of your items. So if your dresser is scratched or dented in a corner, they'll have that annotated. Now, it's very important for you to go through and take your time at the end of the day before signing all these inventory forms to verify that the damage assessment codes that are listed on there are accurate, that your inventory is legible, so you know what it is that they are taking before you sign your form. Now, for the damage assessment codes, if there's anything listed on there and you don't exactly agree with what they put down, you can go ahead and note on there, I don't agree with these codes, circle the inventory number, note it in the comments before you sign it. And that lets your move coordinator and the company know that maybe there was an agreement on this item and the condition it was in, and that will help you in the event that you have to file a claim.
And that's important too, because if you sign it, then you're agreeing.
You are.
And there's really no comeback on that, I'm assuming.
Yes. So if you have, for instance, a dresser and they marked it as basically broken to pieces type of deal, and it shows up broken to pieces type of deal, but you know it wasn't, but you signed that inventory form with those damage assessment codes on there, unfortunately your claim may be denied because your signature on those inventory forms is you agreeing to that inventory and the conditions that your furniture and items are in.
Megan, what about our high value items, our high value inventory? Is that a different process, and can you kind of walk us through that?
Absolutely. So you will have another, a third inventory form that you will fill out, and that is your high value inventory. Now, high value is usually deemed anything that is $100 per pound, your china, crystal, antiques, or anything that is kind of like a collection that you have. Some folks have a sports memorabilia collection, other folks have treasures from around the world, from where we get stationed at. So any of those collections can really go on your high value form. So then when your items get delivered to you at your destination, the high value items, that inventory is really important. So those items that were marked high valued and packed as high value items, you have to open and inspect those items on day of delivery. It's in red letters right there above where you sign at delivery that you need to open, you need to inspect them, and that you are signing that they arrived and are in good condition. If you sign that inventory without inspecting them, and maybe you have some crystal items that got broken or chipped, unfortunately you would not be able to claim those after the fact. So you need to open, inspect those items, and you'll note it on the proper forms that those items arrived damaged or those items did not arrive at all, and that will help cover you and you'll be able to claim them then.
So what about pushback from these moving companies? As military families, we are protected. So maybe, speaking to the families who are watching this and encouraging them to be firm. This is their stuff, their life. What do we do if, in that moment, we're seeing something that's not right and we're trying to note it and we're getting pushback from the moving company? What would we do then?
So if you're ever having issues with your moving company, it's always important to then reach out to your move coordinator, who is your designated point of contact at the moving company that is coordinating your move. Reach out to them, let them know the issues that you are having. Sometimes we may not be able to get a hold of them right away. In those cases, reach out to your local transportation office. They can definitely send out a QA inspector, a quality assurance inspector, to come to your home to see what the issues are that are happening and help mediate and diffuse whatever issues there are that's happening.
Great, thank you for clarifying that. Megan, tell us about the accessory services form.
So this form, you'll actually have it on both ends of your move. You'll see it at your origin after they get done packing everything up, and you'll also see it again at your delivery. So this form is going to notate anything extra that the company did. So if you had items that were specifically crated, like you had some hunting mounts, or you had a motorcycle or a grandfather clock, an item that needed a specialty crate, it'll be noted on there. Anything they disassemble or reassemble will be noted on there. If they provide unpacking for you of any kind, that will be on there as well. And it's basically you just verifying that the company did these extra things for you outside of just packing, loading, and unloading the truck.
Well, you said something that really stuck with me. I didn't realize until maybe 5 years into being a military spouse that the moving company can unpack your stuff for you.
They can. They absolutely can. So when your stuff gets delivered, they will do a one-time placement of your furniture, and they should reassemble your furniture for you. And then they can also do an unpack. So there's a couple different things to unpacking. You can request a partial unpack where they just unpack certain boxes, or you can request a full unpack where they unpack everything. Now, when they unpack, it should not be a cut the box open and dump it kind of deal. They are to remove the contents from the box, unwrap them from the paper, and they should be placing the items on the nearest flat surface, which could be a table, a counter, a shelf, or a cabinet of some sort. The important thing to note, there's actually a couple things to note with the unpacking. So the first one is that they're not going to organize and rearrange your home. So if you're like me and you have a Starbucks mug collection, they can put your mugs on the counter or in the cabinet if you have the doors open. They will not, however, organize your Starbucks mug collection into alphabetical order for you. That is something completely on you. The second thing is that anything that they do unpack, those boxes and that paper, they should go ahead and take those with them that day. They are not required at this time to come back and pick up any boxes or paper at a later time. So anything they do unpack, they take that with them, so that way it's out of your home and it's gone then.
All right, I like that. I like that a lot, especially since most of us we tend to do that on our own.
Yes.
With kids running around and doing the things. So that's fantastic. Thank you for highlighting that for us.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the loss or damage form.
So there'll be two of these, one at origin and one at destination. So sometimes accidents happen as they are packing our stuff. It could be that they accidentally dropped a vase and it got broken, or as they are moving things out of your home, they might have scratched a wall or a floor of some sort. Same thing when you arrive at your other end as well. Sometimes you'll see your furniture might come off with an extra dent, or as they are moving something heavy into your house, they might have rubbed against the wall or against the door. So these types of issues you would note on the loss or damage form at origin or at delivery, depending on which location it happened at. And it just goes ahead and notifies them that, hey, there was some damage that happened, this is what it was. So that way they are aware that you'll have a claim coming as well. So if you have what's called real property damage, so that's the damage to your home, your walls got scuffed, your door got dented, your floors got scratched, those types of things, you would note that on there, and that's filed directly with your TSP. Other items, your household good items like the vase that got broken or your dresser that got scratched or dented, those items you would also note it on those correct forms, but then you'll also file those in DPS as part of your claim.
Thank you for clarifying that for us.